Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at simplifying ratios, but when the two numbers have different units. So maybe one of the numbers is in meters and another one is in centimeters, for instance. So that's our intention, that we can convert to the same units before we simplify our ratio. Okay, so for example, we're asked to simplify this ratio 2 hours to 50 minutes. And we can't straight away simplify this ratio because hours and minutes, those are different units. So what we're going to have to do is make sure that they are the same the same units first of all. Okay, so what we could do is we could change everything into hours. So this is already 2 hours, and we could change 50 minutes into hours. But what would happen there is this would have to be a fraction, wouldn't it, or maybe a decimal, and that's going to get a little bit complicated. So what I'm going to do is instead of changing these both into hours, what I'm going to do is change them both into minutes, and then everything is a nice whole number. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So let's change everything into minutes. So this one on the right hand side stays the same. It's still 50 minutes. This on the left hand side, we're going to have to change that from 2 hours to, well, there's 60 minutes in an hour, so there's 120 minutes in 2 hours. So that's our first step. 120 minutes. Okay, so 2 hours, that's the same as 120 minutes, 50 minutes, 50 minutes, that bit stays the same. And now we can do our simplifying like we did before. So we need to look for a common factor. 120 and 50, well, they're both in the 10 times table, aren't they? So we can start off by dividing by 10. Divide by 10. And let's see what we get. We've got 12 minutes on this side to 5 minutes on this side. Now at this point it's a good idea to do a wee check. Have we simplified that, or do we still need to do a bit of work? So 12 and 5. Is there any times table that has both 12 and 5 in it? And the answer is no, there's not. So that is my simplified ratio. So if I simplify the ratio 2 hours to 50 minutes, all the way down, I get 12 minutes to 5 minutes. And to do that, we first had to change everything to be the same units, and in this case, we chose minutes. Okay, let's try another. I've got 5 meters and 80 centimeters. So we're going to have to, these are different units, we're going to have to make sure they are the same unit. And two ways again that we could do this. I could make them both into meters, or I could make them both into centimeters. Now the problem with changing them both into meters is that 80 centimeters isn't a whole meter yet, is it? It's not quite a meter, so this would have to again either be a fraction or a decimal, and it gets a little bit complicated. So let's try and keep it with whole numbers. So first step then is we're going to change everything into centimeters. So this number on the right hand side can stay as it is. It's 80 centimeters. This number on the left hand side, well, how many centimeters make a meter? 100 centimeters make a meter, don't they? So if I've got 5 meters, that's 500 centimeters. 100 centimeters, there we go. So we've got the ratio 500 centimeters to 80 centimeters, and again straight away I can spot that these are in the 10 times table, aren't they? So let's divide by 10 on this side. Let's divide by 10 on this side. And we've got the new ratio, 50 centimeters to 8 centimeters. And now I don't think we're done here, because there is still a common factor here, isn't there? There's still a times table that has both 50 and 8 in it, and that is the 2 times table. So we can go one more time here with this simplifying. We can divide by 2 on this side, we can divide by 2 on this side, and that will give me my answer of 25 centimeters to 4 centimeters. And now we have finished. Now we can't go any further than that because there's no common factor between 25 and 4. There's no times table that has both of those in it. One more example. I've got 3.5 kilograms to 900 grams. So we've got different units again. We're going to need to write them in the same units. And because this is not quite a kilogram, it's less than a kilogram, I'm going to write everything in grams rather than writing everything in kilograms. So let's write everything in grams. This one stays the same. 900 grams stays as it is. And how many grams make a kilogram? It's 1,000, isn't it? 1,000 grams make a kilogram. So how many grams have I got over here? Well, if I've got 3 whole kilograms, that's 3,000 grams, and another half a kilogram, 0.5 of a kilogram, that's another 500 grams. So I've got 3,500 grams. 3,500 grams. There we go. So first step, they're both in the same units now. Grams, grams. Good start. What can I do to simplify this ratio then? Well, these numbers both end in 2 zeros, don't they? So these must both be in the 100 times table. I can divide by 100. I can divide by 100. Ooh, I can't write it though. There we go. Divide by 100. And so 3,500 divided by 100 is going to be 35. 35 grams. And over here, 900 grams divided by 100 is 9 grams. So one more thing to check then, is there a common factor between 35 and 9? And no, there's not. So that is me done with this question. When I simplify the ratio 3.5 kilograms to 900 grams, I get 35 grams to 9 grams. There we go. That's my simplified ratio. Last thing I'm going to show you then is just a wee sort of note that we might find useful. These are all different conversions which might come up in your practice questions. So maybe you could pause the video on this page just so you can refer back to it as you're answering those practice questions. Okay, lovely. See you later. Bye.